Hello everyone, welcome back. Carmine from New York with another photo class. How's everybody today on this July 11, 7-Eleven, like the stores. It's 2022 and I have a few things to go over today. As you can tell by the title, it's a little provocative. What is the definition of a deviant or deviant? It's departing from the usual or accepted standards. That's the definition of deviant. If you were hoping for some nudity in this episode, sorry. Here's what got me thinking about the title and about what photographers do without even thinking about it when they want to deviate from normal accepted standards. Okay, let's get into it. I was given a tip about a location here in New York where if you stand in a certain spot, you can line up, right, through your lens, a telephoto lens. You can line up Manhattan, the Statue of Liberty, the Harbor Lighthouse, kind of in a row. I have never taken that particular shot. The person that told me about this secret location was not a photographer. It's a deckhand who sees this lineup every day that he works. And he knew that I'm a photographer, and he told me. He said, you have to grab your camera and go to this secret location because it's a location that only he knows. Presumably, right? It is the planet. Who knows what other people know? So I went to this spot. Beautiful spot. Easy to get to, actually. And you're about to see the photographs where Manhattan, the Statue of Liberty, and the Harbor Lighthouse all line up in a row. It's just truly a wonderful spot. I wish I knew about this spot 50 years ago when I started as a photographer. So, let's talk about the title, Deviant, or to deviate from normal practices and standards. When you are a photographer, professional or semi-pro, you are very familiar with this kind of setup, right? This is the Nikon D3. This is the NIKON 70-300. Fantastic image stabilized lens. Vibration reduction, okay? However, this setup is extremely heavy. Whether you wear it around your neck or on a wrist strap, this will wear on you within 1 hour. So last night as I was getting gear ready, I looked at this setup and I said there has to be a better way to get professional quality photographs. But the weight, something has to be done with the weight. So I'm going through my gear to see what I'm going to take for this shoot of this special spot, okay? Because today, I took these pictures today, July 11, 2022. It was about 10:30 a.m. Very bright, sunny July day. And what happens here in New York City in July on a sunny day is there's a lot of humidity, and it is on the water, duh, it's the harbor, and you get a lot of haze, which is the combination of the water evaporating, steam, it's not really steam, but it's the actual ocean evaporating, right? So you have that. It's heat waves, right? You've seen heat waves when you look through a telephoto lens or a telescope, and you see heat waves. And add to that the third element, a little air pollution. So there was quite a bit of blue haze when I got down to this secret location to line up the Statue of Liberty in Manhattan and the lighthouse. So before I left, I said, let's just go over the gear. So I grabbed this lens. Okay. This is the 100 to 400 micro four thirds lens from Olympus. It has built-in optical stabilization, right? And I'm holding it. You know, this is like in the dawn of time. You know, I'm looking at this lens. I'm very familiar with this lens. I've taken many photographs with it, right? So I'm holding it, and I had an epiphany of, wouldn't it be awesome if you could just take the lens with you when you go to photograph, right? Just take the lens and leave the giant bodies, like in this case the D3, behind, right? 6 pounds, right? Compared to around 3 and change. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could just take this lens and just photograph somehow? And then that little light bulb went off in my head. What if we just added this awesome Olympus E-pl6, right? This gorgeous, I just want to get it right without touching the sensor. This gorgeous, tiny little micro four thirds, beast four thirds camera with built-in IBIS. But here's the thing. This is a $2,000 lens. And this is a $100 micro four thirds or beast four thirds camera, 16 megapixels, built-in IBIS, right? And I had to add on top an electronic viewfinder. That's the Olympus VF2, because it does not have a viewfinder. It has a screen. It's an articulating screen, but you know, when you've been a photographer for 50 years and you always look through a viewfinder, taking pictures like this, looking at a screen, that doesn't cut it. But this weighs like a pound. So what if we took this, which is really just a holder for the SD card, the memory card, right? So what if we just took this $2,000 optical genius, brilliant, sharp lens from Olympus, the 100 to 400, put it on this micro four thirds camera body, which is exactly half the size of a full frame 35 millimeter sensor. So the crop factor, right, you just double. It's easy. You just double it. So this is a 200 to 800 millimeter lens in reality, when you have a crop factor of a multiplication of 2. So what if we just took the extremely lightweight E-pl6, 16 megapixel micro four thirds, beast four thirds camera, built-in image stabilization with the electronic viewfinder, right? It's awesome because you could take photographs looking down this way, you know, like a twin lens reflex or a Hasselblad, right? You can look straight down, or typical this way, right? And it turns off this screen, so you're not wasting batteries. But look at this deviant from the norm. Okay? Look at the difference. All right? Let's see. Look at the difference. This you can carry all day. And it's at 200 to 800. This is a 70 to 300 because it's full frame camera. Look at the reach. 800 millimeters. Double image stabilization. What do I mean? On this one, on this setup, not only is it lighter, and not only is the reach 800 millimeters, but the lens has optical image stabilization. The camera has IBIS, image in body image stabilization. Okay? So this certainly would qualify as a deviation from the norm. So I took this setup, just as you see here, the Olympus E-pl6 and the Olympus 100 to 400, and off I went to the secret location to photograph the Statue of Liberty, the lighthouse, and the Manhattan skyline all in a row. The photographs you're about to see have not been seen by anyone. You guys are the first to see these photographs. I took them this morning. I've never taken this particular shot before. And you also might enjoy a few other things in the photographs, like not only the Manhattan skyline, Statue of Liberty, and the lighthouse in a row, but let's add in a tugboat or two. I was very thankful for my friend, the deckhand, to tell me about this secret location. It won't be a secret for long, I assure you. But we're going to look at the photographs right now that I took today with this little Deviant, this deviation from normal. It's ultralight camera body on a super telephoto lens. Let's take a look right now at the photographs I took with the Olympus 100 to 400, the VF2 electronic viewfinder, and the Olympus E-pl6. Let's take a look right now at these Deviant photographs.